Have you ever stopped to think about how modern medicine can literally stop a mother's body from attacking her own unborn child? I know, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but for millions of women, it's a totally routine reality, all thanks to one single powerful injection. Today, we're going to dive into the incredible story of what we're calling the protector shot. So, this is the central question, right? It's a fascinating biological puzzle. How can a mother's own immune system, the very thing designed to protect her, suddenly pose a threat to her pregnancy? Well, to solve this mystery, we first have to understand the battlefield itself, our own blood. You know, this whole story really begins with a fundamental difference in our blood. That little plus or minus sign you see next to your blood type, like O positive or A negative, well, it turns out that tiny little symbol is everything. Okay, so let's break this down. The Rh factor, it's basically just a protein. Think of it like a little flag that sits on the surface of your red blood cells. If you've got the flag, you're Rh positive. If you don't have the flag, you're Rh negative. It's really that simple. The problem is things can get complicated when these two different types of blood meet in a very specific situation. And here's that exact scenario. Picture this. You have an Rh negative mom. Her blood cells have no flags, and she's carrying a baby who inherited the Rh positive flag from the father. Now, for most of the pregnancy, their blood systems are kept separate, but they can mix, and that's exactly when the mother's immune system decides to get involved. Now, our immune system is designed to be this brilliant bodyguard, right? But in this one particular case, it makes a huge and potentially tragic mistake. It sees the baby's flag blood cells as a dangerous invader that has to be destroyed. And this is the crucial part. It's called the sensitization process. So when some of the baby's Rh positive blood cells leak into the mom's system, her body sounds the alarm. It sees those foreign flags and starts building an army of antibodies to fight them. But here's the thing. This usually doesn't harm the first baby. The real danger is in step 4. Her immune system develops a long-term memory. It's now primed and ready for a massive attack in any future pregnancy with an Rh positive baby. And that future attack? It leads to this devastating condition, hemolytic disease of the fetus and newborn, or HDFN. The mom's supercharged antibodies cross the placenta and just wreak havoc, destroying the baby's red blood cells. This can cause severe anemia, brain damage, and even death. The stakes just could not be higher. But right here, at this point of maximum danger, our hero finally arrives. This is it, the solution that changed absolutely everything. A medication called RhD immune globulin, but you might know it by its brand name, RhoGAM. It is truly one of the greatest marvels of modern medicine. So, what's actually in this shot? Well, it isn't a vaccine that teaches your body how to make antibodies. Nope. Instead, it's a dose of pre-made, highly specialized antibodies. Think of it like this. Instead of training a whole army, you're just sending in a special ops team to neutralize a very specific threat before the big battle can even begin. Okay, so how does this special ops team actually pull it off? How does it outsmart a system as complex and powerful as our own immunity? The strategy is, and I love this, just brilliantly simple and incredibly effective. This really lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you've got the mother's natural immune response. It's kind of slow to get going, but once it does, it creates that dangerous permanent memory. But on the right, you see the protector shot's response. It is immediate, it's fast-acting, it gets the job done, and, most importantly, it leaves no memory behind. It prevents the problem from ever starting in the first place. Here's the secret sauce, the mask and clear method. First, the antibodies from the shot act like an invisibility cloak. They immediately find and coat any of the baby's Rh positive cells that have slipped into the mom's bloodstream. This masks them, so her immune system can't even see them. Then, a cleanup crew swoops in and quietly removes these cloaked cells before her body even gets the memo that there was an intruder. No alarm, no battle, and no memory. The result of this elegant biological trick is nothing short of a revolution in medicine. So let's take a look at the real-world impact this incredible invention has had. Get ready for this. Greater than 99% when it's given correctly, that is the effectiveness rate of the protector shot. Let that sink in. It has virtually eliminated HDFN in countries where it's used routinely. It's just an unbelievable achievement. So when do you get it? Well, it's become a standard part of prenatal care. A dose is usually given around 28 weeks of pregnancy, just in case any small exposures happen. But the most critical dose, the big one, comes within 72 hours after giving birth to an Rh positive baby. That's when the biggest mixing of blood is likely to happen. And it's not just for childbirth. The shot is also a safeguard given after any event that could cause the mother's and baby's blood to mix, things like a miscarriage, certain prenatal tests, or even physical trauma to the abdomen. It's basically a comprehensive shield of protection for the entire pregnancy.
All right, and the question everyone should be asking, is it safe? The answer is a resounding, overwhelming yes. It comes from the plasma of very carefully screened donors, and the manufacturing process is incredibly rigorous to make sure it's safe and pure. For most people, the worst side effect is just a little bit of soreness where you got the shot.
So, we'll end with this thought. This isn't really a what if anymore, because it's exactly what has already happened. Thanks to this protector shot, a complication that was once feared, that was often fatal, has been transformed into a totally preventable condition, managed with a simple, safe, and incredibly effective injection. It's a true testament to the power of understanding our own biology to protect the next generation.